Hello everybody, I'm doing my presentation on Arlecchino, one of the many interpretations of Harlequin. Now as far as Arlecchino's origin himself, his first textual appearances was in the 16th century. He was believed to have come from dark spirits or his relation in name to a character in Dante's Inferno, but there's a lot of debate over where officially he came from. His original attire consisted of a lot of tight clothes with usually like a jacket, with his belt over it, and a lot of random sewn-on patches or leaves on him. Common colors of his attire were red, yellow, brown, and green. As you can see, I've kind of thrown together what I could in that regard. I apologize for the leggings. Um, and then also his mask was originally black and kind of scrunched up like a cat because one of the animals he's related to is a cat. So I also kind of took those liberties in my modern interpretation. Now, as far as his poses go, he's usually slouched with his back curved inward, like he's been carrying a lot of things. He's a servant. He's from the town of Bergamo, I believe it's called, where he's from the lower part of the town. It was filled with a lot of idiots and foolish people, so that's where he gets most of his traits from. So yeah, his back is arched inward, his legs are kind of bow-legged, and his elbows are almost like in a puppeteer position. Now, as far as his walks go, he has one particular walk I read about, and I'm not sure if I'm doing it right, but basically he used this walk to get away from danger very quickly, because he had a lot of pride in his speed, and he was very fast. In physicality, he was very fast, and in talking, he was very fast. But up here, he was, So he used this walk to get out of danger, and he also used it to impress Columbina, who he is most often interpreted as in love with. And there's many examples of that. So Columbina, if you're watching, this one's for you. Anyway, he also has this, his Bataccio, and this is his slapstick. It's two wooden slabs together that create a very loud clapping sound effect when used against something. Usually it gets used against him because, usually his masters use it against him. His other servants use it against him because he's lower than them. And Columbina uses it against him too. Now, normally he's depicted as a servant to Pantalone or Dator. In earlier representations, he was kind of infatuated with any woman who passes by. He gets distracted very easily. He can only do one task at a time. He gets distracted very easily. And some of his lazzi include putting his head between people's body parts and losing appendages. And whenever he loses this, it's very important that the actor playing Arlecchino lunges for it and does some sort of roll, because he just cannot lose this item, because if he does, he just needs to grab it back. When he speaks, he's usually talking continuously or just silent. He's only aware of the audience sometimes, but when he is, he puts his full attention on them. And just like college students, he's always down for food, and he's always broke. So that usually plays into his schemes. Now, his plot function, he's usually a messenger, and he usually gets everything mixed up, which you'll see in Truffaldino, the interpretation in the Servant of Two Masters play that we were reading in class. So he gets messages mixed up a lot, he can't read, and he often just causes mischief through that. And he also finds himself scheming a lot, usually cross-dressing or dressing as someone else in a disguise, and usually failing at any scheme he's doing. So I think that's about it.